Paul Poit introduced different types of harem pants, or jupe culotte, and the jupe entrave of free women. He was the first designer to invent a perfume, and he called it Rosina, in honor of his daughter. Obviously, it smelled like a rose. Mariano Fortuny was the father of the pleated dresses. His historical creation was the Delphos, a long cylindrical robe tied at the waist with short sleeves and dense pleating. Nowadays, the designer who expressed himself through the pleating is the Japanese Izumi Yake. Fortuny was not just a designer, also a good painter, photographer and set designer. Lanvin started to draw clothes for young girls inspired by her daughter Marguerite. After seeing her creations, the ladies in Paris asked the designer to create dresses for themselves. Jean Lanvin introduced a new style, la robe de style, which means tight bodice and long skirt. Madame Vionnet thought about the women as Greek statues, realizing dresses with marked waistline, tight skirts on the hips and flared at the bottom and breast highlighted. Vionnet brought a completely revolution into the world of fashion with diagonal cut skirts, using soft fabrics like silk, velvet or satin, and monochromatic or floral prints. Elsa Schiaparelli was a rebel young woman who wrote sensual poems. That's why her parents took her to a convent in Switzerland. After that, she moved to London, where she opened her first atelier, and must be attributed to her there invention of modern fashion show. All her works were inspired by Surrealism, Dadaism and African arts. The collaboration between Elsa Schiaparelli and Salvador Dali gave rise to iconic items as their hat shoe, the skeleton dress and the lobster dress. To understand the Chanel's mood, think about a beautiful, yet sporty, hard-working, independent woman, an ode to simplicity. In the middle of 20s, she realized La Petite Robe Noire, a black dress often decorated with white collar, cuffs and cloche hats. Some iconic pieces that marked the Chanel's history are Chanel Matelassé bag 2.55, the Chanel tire, the perfume Chanel No. 5, CC buttons, the Breton t-shirt and two-tone shoes. Balenciaga invented the gazelle, a silk or wool plain weave fabric made with high-twist double yarns woven as one. Gazelle has a crisp hand and a smooth texture, perfect fabric to create volume and suitable for evening dresses. During the 60s started social revolts. Women entered into the world of work, and it was the era of the development of pret-a-porter and ready-made garments in sizes default. Balenciaga didn't appreciate the seriality, and in 1968 he retired. Christian Dior used to be exaggerated, and the post-war austerity clashed with the female figure imaged by the tailor. He was considered unpatriotic and extremely expansive. On 12 February 1947 there was his first fashion show, an unbelievable success. Carmel Snow, the chief editor of Harper's Bazaar, defined the mood, the new look. With the new look, corsets and guêpier ears were ennobled again, and the Carole silhouette dominated. Very thin waist with corset jackets and three-quarters sleeves, rounded, soft shoulders and floral midi skirts. Hats, long gloves and high heels. In 1953, Hubert de Givenchy met Audrey Hepburn, who will become his muse, and he designed the wardrobe for most of her films: Sabrina, Funny Face, Breakfast at Tiffany's and My Fair Lady. Givenchy created for Audrey Limited It, the perfume that will be promoted by the actress. It is the first time that an actress promotes a beauty product, just models did it. Perfect keywords to define Pierre Cardin are avant-garde and futuristic. He worked on collections inspired by the Cosmo, planets and satellites using new materials as plexiglass, vinyl and plastic. In 1970, Cardan created the Earth-Moon collection. He can be considered a great entrepreneur. In fact, he bought palaces, theaters and restaurants all over the world. Pierre Cardin was the first designer to open an haute couture fashion shop in Japan in 1958 and also the first to launch a packaged collection for department stores. Cardin worked as tailor for Dior and participated at the New Look creation. His idea for the Expo 2015 is to create the Palais Lumi in Venice. Emilio Pucci realized a ski suit for a friend and it was published on Harper's Bazaar. He participated to the first Italian fashion show organized by Giovanni Battista Giorgini at Villa Torrigiani in Florence in 1951. Pucci drew uniforms for the hostess of Braniff International Airways and created the logo for their space mission Apollo 15. In 1960, he patented the Emilio form, lightweight fabric composed of silk shantung and helanka. Pucci's fantasies are explosive and vital, but always elegant. Yves Saint Laurent in the middle of '50s worked for Dior creating the Trapeze collection. He revisits Caban in a feminine way and the smoking became his key item inspired by Marlene Dietrich. He was the first to put on the runway Animalia print and black models. He took inspiration also from art, designing some tribute dresses to Picasso and Mondrian. Yves Saint Laurent liberated fashion, spurred fashion's transformation from the preservative titled ladies to the inalienable right of their masses. Paco Rabanne thought that creativity was not seduction, but shock. In the middle of '60s, the ideals of feminine beauty changed. No more curvy women, sophisticated, but very young girls, thinny and pale. With Paco Rabanne, there was a democratization of fashion. In 1964, he made the first collection made by Rhodoid, a rigid plastic material, low-cost, easy to cut and to color. André Courreges, Cardin, Rabanne, Ungaro and Pucci drew the '60s. It was a decade characterized by moon influences, extraterrestrial fascinations and geometrical revolutions. Also, the runway changed, including modern movements and models with plastic poses. With Mary Quant, Courreges is considered the inventor of miniskirt. He realized the go-go boots with a low heel, comfortable and versatile. Another idea of André Courreges are the lunettes Eskimo, sunglasses with big lenses and a slot in the center. Rudi Gernreich did the classic dancer and the costume designer for the Lester Horton Company during the Second World War. With his boyfriend founded the Matachina Society, first homophile organization in the USA. In policy, he supported the emancipation of women and the defense of homosexuals' rights. He created unisex clothes, beachwear, thong, vinyl dresses, geometric print mixed with Animalia print, no bra, first plastic dress totally transparent. Mr. Valentino realized some beautiful historical dresses. For example, the one when Liz Taylor met Richard Burton for the first time, the amazing Julia Roberts dress when she won the Oscar in 2001, and the wedding dress for Jacqueline Kennedy when she married Onassis. Valentino always wanted to represent women as beautiful, sophisticated and elegant. With Giancarlo Giamatti, his partner for work and life, worked on Pret-a-Porter, menswear and other licenses. In 1957, Valentino opened his first atelier in Rome, and in 1962 he took part in the first fashion show in Palazzo Pitti. In 2007, Valentino retired. Giorgio Armani started to study medicine, but at the end he chose fashion, and he was noted during a fashion show inside the White Room in Palazzo Pitti, with a collection dominated by Sundeck and Chemisia, clear lines and white and blue colors. Armani has a passion for Japanese culture, and it is also seen in his collection with items inspired by samurai and floral prints. Giorgio Armani was the first to launch the online shopping in China in collaboration with Yoox. The distinctive element of Armani is the jacket. He reverses the man's jacket to fit the woman. He is known all over the world for his daily wear mood, perfect for a working girl. His runway is characterized by the blue Armani. The jellyfish is the symbol of the Versace's Amazon, and the style is represented by the presence of contrasting elements of different ages, from the Magna Greece to the Renaissance, from Baroque to pop art. In 1992, Versace shocked everyone with the Bondage collection, and with him started the models era. In 1921 in Florence, Gucci opened a company of leather products with a suitcases store. After that, he opened his first international shops, in Paris, New York, Palm Springs, Milan, London and Beverly Hills. This brand was really loved by many celebrities like Liz Taylor, Samuel Beckett, Jackie Kennedy, Audrey Hepburn, and Maria Callas. A classic Gucci's must-have is the loafer, that is placed in the permanent collection of the Costume Institute of Metropolitan Museum in New York City. Ferragamo moved to USA, Santa Barbara for precision, to open with his brothers a small repair shop and work with the America Film Company. After Salvatore Ferragamo opened a shop in Hollywood Boulevard, the Hollywood Boot Shop. He became very soon the shoemaker of the stars, thanks to his style characterized by a technical research and a pioneering choice of materials, such as feathers, crystals, kangaroo leather, antelope leather, sea leopard leather and fish leather.